Hi guys, it's Skylar, and today I have a review on two primers. The first is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, and this is the one for oily skin. And then the second one is the Fergie Wet n Wild Eye Primer. I would do these reviews separately, but since they're both primers, I figured that, why not do them at the same time. So I'm going to start off with the Smashbox one. This, as I said before, is a photo finish primer, and it's in the, I think it's light. I don't understand. But this is the one for oil control. And it says it's supposed to increase the longevity of foundation and reduce the appearance of fine lines and pores while imparting a matte finish. So yeah, this, let me see. And it applies, it doesn't leave any kind of color. It's like a moisturizer almost. Like it looks white and then you blend it out and it's nothing. I really like this primer. It's really expensive. It's $36 a bottle and you only get 1 fluid ounce. And I don't know, I just feel like it's so much better than all of the other primers that I've tried, particularly drugstore ones. This is the only high-end primer that I've used. But I've used multiple drugstore primers, and they're okay, but I want what will make my skin look best because my skin is very oily, and it's something that I'm self-conscious about and that I really don't like because it can look really gross. So I prefer to have matte skin and use products that'll keep me matte for longer. And this is one of those things that I would, depending on a lot of factors, that I would splurge on. For me, this is one of those things that I do pay more for to help my oily skin. I also use Urban Decay's De-Slick Setting Spray, and I feel like when you have a lot of good products combined, it just makes your skin look a lot better. That being said, my skin does not stay matte throughout the day, and I think that some of that has to do with the powder. I'm not using a high-end powder at the moment. Well, actually, I haven't ever used a high-end powder. That's one of those things that I'm kind of reluctant to try. I used to use the Maybelline Dream Matte, and they, I think late last year, they discontinued it, and I just ran out now, and I'm really upset because I didn't know they discontinued it, or else I would have repurchased earlier. But right now I'm using the Rimmel Stay Matte. I've been using that for the last couple of days, and it's just okay so far. Like, I'm not too impressed. The color selection isn't really that good. But anyways, off on a tangent. I really like this primer. I think that if you're looking for a good drugstore alternative, that there's a Rimmel, I don't know, I'll put it in the description box below. I do have that one. I don't prefer it. Sometimes if I'm doing my makeup for a short amount of time, I'll use that instead of this because this is like super expensive, and that's like somewhere between $6 and $10. So I'd much rather use that when I don't really need something that's gonna make my makeup too long wearing. But I do think that that's worth it, at least for me. I feel like it really helps my skin. I wouldn't go out and just buy the full-size bottle. There's actually a sample size, like a travel size, that I would get before I bought the full-size, which is what I did. Like, I haven't gone through a whole full-size bottle. I did use the entire travel-size bottle though, and that's when I decided to purchase this. So it really depends. I think do your research and decide if buying such an expensive primer is really worth it for you. For me, it is. And unless I find a really incredible drugstore primer, I will start using that. But until then, I'm just gonna stick with the Smashbox one because I really feel like it does help me tremendously. Like, sometimes I don't even wear powder. I just use that if I'm going out for a little while. Even if I'm not wearing makeup, I'll still put it on just because I feel like it helps. But yeah, so moving on to a more affordable primer. This is the Wet n Wild Fergie Primer. My thing is all worn off. The words, you can't even read it. Okay, well, I have a couple things that bother me about this primer. I really do like it. It's good. I feel like it works, really well. I think it keeps my eyelids from creasing and getting oily for a long time. But I have a couple of issues. One is that, like, it leaves my hands all glittery because, like, as I I said, this stuff is wearing off, and so like I'll be putting it, like my primer on my eyelids, and I'll look and see like, oh, there's bits of glitter all over my face now because of this stupid packaging. I hate the packaging. It looks nice until it starts to wear off and glitter gets everywhere, and then I hate it. I think it's nice that I can like stand it like upright, but I'm not a fan. And it's looks kind of flesh tone, I guess, like pink, sort of, when you put it on, and then it blends out into sort of nothing, but like, one of the other things, the major thing I don't like about this primer is that sometimes it can tend to dry kind of like into a crust, which sounds disgusting, but it like can turn like white, especially like I'll see in areas where I didn't mean to get it, so like on the side of my nose, like on the bridge, or like up near my eyebrow, I'll see it like there, and it's annoying. And I swatched it before, and like it turned white, just like it does on my eyes sometimes. And that's one of the things I don't like. But if you're getting it where you need to get it, it's not that big of a deal. Like, I don't ever see it turn white on my eyelids, just when it's places that aren't my eyelids, if that makes sense. And this is pretty cheap. I think that this is like, I want to say $4, 4 to $6. I'll link that down below as well, as the Smashbox one and my drugstore. But yeah, I think that this eye primer really keeps my lids from creasing. My eyeshadow stays on pretty much all day. It really depends on the eyeshadow as well. If it's not a good quality eyeshadow, it will sometimes crease. But I think that you get what you pay for. Like, generally this primer is really, really good. It'll keep my eyeshadow on for like 8 hours. I've never worn it for longer than that, just because I don't stay out late, and if I'm home for the day, my makeup is off. Like, I'm not wearing it anymore. But yeah, I think that it's really good. The only thing is that, especially if you have hooded eyes like me, you're gonna have to put the primer in your crease. Like, I don't know, this sounds dumb, but I never used to put it anywhere other than my actual like movable lid. But now I realize that to keep it from creasing, especially with eyeshadows that aren't the greatest quality, I have to put it like up anywhere where the eyeshadow will go. So like even where it's blended out, I have to put it there too. So like up almost to my brow bone. And it's a little annoying sometimes, but I think it's worth it for all the money you save. It's a really great product. I like it. I like it better than the Lorac primer that I tried. It wasn't good for my oily lids. But yeah, I'm really impressed with it. I think it's a great deal. Good bang for your buck. I recommend it to everyone. I don't think that this primer is just for people with oily lids. I think that people with dry lids, oily lids, and like normal lids will be able to use it. I think that they'll benefit from it. It's just my favorite out of all the primers I've tried. This one is different. I think you get a really great bang for your buck. It's such a great product, and it's really affordable. It's a great price. And I'd recommend it to anyone. So if you want to try it, I'd go out and get it. I know in America you can return cosmetics that you don't like. I'm not sure about other countries, but here in America you can. So I'd encourage everyone to try this if they're looking for something, particularly if you have oily lids. I give this a big thumbs up. I think it's really awesome. And I think that does it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good rest of your night or day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.